Well, hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel, and as you can see, I'm wearing my lemon sweater. I'll give a spin round let you see the whole thing. And I'm pleased with it. It is a good fit, but it does show off some of the spare tyres. I think I need to lose a little bit weight. But you know, when I first started knitting cardigans for myself, I'll pull my table a bit closer. This is one of those table on wheels, you know, that I've got my thing on. You know, when I first started knitting sweaters for myself, a little bit further back, they didn't take me quite as long because I only used to knit 34-inch, but this is a 42-inch. So it does take a little bit longer. I think I should need to lose some weight and get back down to what I used to be, and then it won't take me as long to knit a sweater as well as taking to knit this one. And I'm happy with the neck on it, because it's, my other ones were like down here, were a bit lower, like down there, but I made this one come a little bit higher up. Not too high up, because I don't like to feel choked. So I like the way the necks come out, and it's just right. Anyway, I'm back to my knitting. I have been doing a little bit of this one yesterday. This was the wool I got from Kate from the last homely house. I was intending to do a 20-inch with this. I'm not sure whether it's going to be a 20-inch actually. This pattern, as you can see on the other side, it's a mock rib. It's rib, but it's 3 by 1 row, you knit 3 and purl 1, and this row you just purl all the way across. You can have either side actually for what you want, that side or that side. I have got a sweater with this pattern on myself, and I've got it on this side, but this pattern is sort of stretchy, so it might be okay for a 20-inch. I'll not really know till I finish it, but I think it might only be an 18 or a 19-inch. So I did a bit of this yesterday, but I did a lot of this yesterday, just sewing it, doing bits sewing up. I sewed half of it up yesterday. I sewed the round the sleeve and the sleeve seam and the side seam, because when I was doing the when I do the tutorial, I only need to show you one side. So I did show, I've done the tutorial, I'm going to put that up to finish it off. So I only needed to show how I set in the sleeve here, and how I stitched the you know, flat stitch the cuffs, and do the seam up the sleeve and down the side. So I didn't have a lot of time to do much other knitting, and I thought I'll just finish. I'd started this one, I'm going to finish this little one in between ones, but I do have this one I'm going to start today after I finish this video. I'm going to start this little one for my friend David. And my other one in my bag, this one that I started, I couldn't make my mind up what pattern to do, and I was thinking maybe I'll just do a plain one without any pattern on for a change. I don't think I have a single sweater that doesn't have any pattern on. I think every single sweater I've got that I've knitted myself, even an odd one or two that I've bought, have got patterns on. So that's what I think I might do with this. For a change, I might just knit a plain, ordinary sweater without any pattern. So that's not going to take very long when I get started with that. So I'll put that back in the bag. Now, I'll be knitting a little bit of this while I'm sitting. Where's the wool? And I do have received my form today from the HMRC with my tax. It's a tax number that you have to have before I can go on the government site and fill in my tax return. So I'm going to have to spend some time doing that as well. Once I get that sorted, I can forget about it for another year. Well, I hope I can forget about it for another year. But I have been thinking about, well, my sister, she used to be self-employed, and she was telling me, she's saying, you know, you should put your petrol down as well, what you use. And I'm saying to my sister, well, I don't use any petrol. She says, well, you go to the post office, don't you? And I says, yes, but I always walk over the post office. I says, the only time I ever drive over, I says, if I'm going anywhere else at the same time. And she says, well, she says, the tax people don't know that. She says, put down your, what petrol you use. And then I've been looking up other things and didn't realise I can actually claim some of my gas and electric for heating the house and the light and all that, because I do work from home all the time and I'm using it. When you're knitting, it's got to be nice and warm. You know, you can't knit in a freezing cold house. It has to be warm. So I'm going to have another little look at all the things I've put down for expenses on my ledger thing that I filled in, and I'm probably going to add some for my expenses, some of my gas and electric. And I'm glad I got told this after I found out I couldn't fill in my tax return until I got a tax number. That's what they call the it's got certain letters, U, T, or something like that. It's a tax number. It's your tax number. So I found that out after I found out I couldn't fill the things in till I got that number, so I can add a few more expenses onto my things that I fill in. It's all new to me. I never ever thought in all my years that I would ever be self-employed and would have to inform the government and pay tax when I have to pay tax. I don't think I'm going to pay tax. I'm not earning enough at the moment, but I might do, you know, in years to come if I'm still doing this. Talking about years to come. I am 76 years old, you know. I don't know how many years I've got left in my life. But it looks like I could be doing this for the rest of it. Anyway, the young lads that were working over the railway lines aren't there today, so they must have finished what they were doing, because I probably would have had them over. It is cold again today. I probably would have had them over and wanting cups of tea. I used to do that. I was doing that in the summer, actually. There were some lads working on the railway lines then, and it was really hot when we had that really hot week as well. And I was talking to them one time, another time when I had been walking out over the lines, over the crossing, and mentioned then, you know, how hot it was and that. And one of the lads just said to me, I think he was just joking. Oh, he says, I'd love a cold glass of something, he says. And I told him, I told him where I lived. I says, just come down. I says, I'll give you a glass. I have a jug of lemon water in my fridge. And I remember I did that then. There were different lads to what was working on the lines this time, but I have done it for them before. And the odd time when there have been lads out there, sometime we had them working just outside my garden, actually. They were cutting down all the trees and things. I think we were going to have some sort of a run thing going past the cycle path. We have a cycle path called the River Cycle Path, and I think there was some sort of run, and there was a lot of people coming down, and there were some lads that came to clear all the the brushes and the brambles that were outside the gardens at the time. It's the only time they ever do it, mind you. Gets like a jungle out there. It's like, that's what it's like there out now. It's like a jungle there out there now. But if we happen to have a, you know, some sort of event, some sort of run thing or something, they'll come and clear it then. But anyway, I'm going to get on with my knitting. I'll be putting this one down because I was just doing this for just something to do. Actually, I'll put this down and I'll get on with the last couple of orders that I have to do. We'll have five, actually. I have 4 small baby cardigans to do, like the last ones I've done, and one baby one for my friend in the pink, but with the Aran pattern that I did, and the little hat on he wants with it as well. And that friend of mine, he's a long distance lorry driver. I hope he doesn't come outside. He said he's going to pick it up when he'll come to my house to pick it up. Hope he doesn't come in his long distance lorry when he does come. I hope he's coming from home and not from work. But anyway, that's just a little bit for today, to let you see how my sweater turned out. And I can only pull my stomach in for so long, you know, when I'm showing these things like this. Got to relax and let it out. So thumbs up and subscribe, and bye for now.